Welcome to Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. Today we're going to be making brisket and filet mignon burgers. We're going to grind up the fillets and the brisket together and create really good hamburgers. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chop the meat small enough to get it in the meat grinder. Okay, all of our fillets are chopped up for the meat grinder. Now we're going to chop the brisket. Okay, so we have a 9.3 pound brisket. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half and slow cook the brisket for like tacos or whatever on our smoker. And then the rest of the brisket will get ground in with the fillets that we have here. So there's plenty of fat in the brisket for the burgers, you know, to bind really good together. And then the fillets, we have about 2.3 pounds. So that's the ratio we're using for this recipe. And so we're going to cut that brisket in half. The 9.3 will become, I don't know, maybe 7 pounds on one side. And what do you think that is, Bill? Like,
it's going to be 4.5 each.
Yeah, maybe 4.5
little,
each.
This might be 5 pounds. This might be 4.
Okay.
Be close.
Okay, and then whatever ground meat we have left over, we have a vacuum sealer, we'll seal it for burgers or another recipe at another time. So we're going to get the brisket chopped up, and we'll be back when we start the meat grinder. Okay, we put the 2 slices of bread in there because the manufacturer for this grinder recommends that you run breading or a piece of stale bread through the grinder once your meat's done, so that there's not an area where you're going to really miss making sure that you're not contaminating.
And you just do it until you see the bread come out. You don't want the bread in your meat.
Yeah, well, you can have it in your meat if you're doing meatballs or something.
You know, something with bread in it. All right.
Okay, I'm going to take some of Lowry's steak and chop, and I'm going to pour some over the meat. Here, let's trade the bowls. Yeah. Just to marinate the meat a little bit. And we're going to let it sit and marinate. I'm going to take some of the meat and freeze it. But we'll just mix this in so that the meat is flavored really well for the grill, and then we'll freeze the rest of it. And this marinade makes really good gravy, so it's not going to hurt anything. You could even make spaghetti sauce out of it if you wanted to. And it just really brings out the beef flavor. And you don't need to put salt or any seasoning at all. Good, hearty, grass-fed, roaming cows do not need a lot of seasoning on the meat when you're cooking it. So we'll be back once the burgers have been grilled and show you the finished product. On the burgers on the grill. And that is a brisket filet mignon burger.